Hello, Conscious Wellness community. Today we're going to talk about healthy, strong immunity. We all need to take care of ourselves better, right? There are so many ways that we can do this. Here I'm going to go over simply some of the best proven herbs and fungi to help boost your immune system and ward off the viruses that will ail us if we let them. First, I'll go over the ones that my family has personally experienced and that have helped us over the years and that I recommend to others. Garlic, aka nature's penicillin, is a common food in the onion family, known also as an herb, to be a strong natural antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, and even expels parasites when used properly. Its active component is allicin, which is a natural antibiotic. 1 milligram of allicin is equal to 15 standard units of penicillin. It also contains more germanium than any other food on the planet. Russia has found garlic to retard tumor growth in humans. It's active against harmful bacteria, including staph and E. coli bacteria. Good to take for all diseases, including contagious disease. My own experience using garlic has been very positive in fighting infection, such as streptococcus or strep throat, used many times as an alternative to conventional antibiotics with success. One proven and tried remedy for any sore throat is to mix a teaspoon of raw honey with a quarter teaspoon of raw grated garlic and 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, and just off a spoon and let it trickle down the throat. This method is very effective and satisfying, to say the least. Starts working immediately. Other nutrients garlic contains in small amounts are protein, phosphorus, potassium, vitamins A, B, and C, calcium, sulfur, selenium, germanium, allicin, chlorine, manganese, zinc, copper, iron, lutein, and zeaxanthin, and even enzymes. It's a miraculous food that is inexpensive and we should all have in our household at all times. Astragalus or Astragalus membranaceus, probably not saying that right, Astragalus membranaceus or Wang Qi is another herb with a long history as an immune enhancing tonic. There is even more evidence to suggest that astragalus increases production of stem cells. In addition, it has been shown to increase leukocytes, interleukin-2, macrophage, which is immune cell, numbers and activity, and the general immune response. It's used for deep immunity, and it's something that can safely be used long term. It's great if you have a compromised immune system or you seem to catch every virus going around. This herb can really help build your immune system. It is a root and it tastes quite good when chewed, drunk as a tea, or added to soups. It's also used in Chinese medicine for spleen deficiency, treatment of kidney inflammation, which would help with general fatigue and regulating blood sugar levels. My experience has been using it for deeper immunity. Back when I used to get sick more regularly, I was turned on to this herb and learned about it to add in for deeper immunity. It's definitely good, for somebody if you feel like you really need something to boost yourself, make yourself stronger. And you really don't need to take a lot of it. I can't recommend the exact dosage for you over this podcast, but it is something that will help you if you struggle with low immunity. since I struggled with having low white blood cells for many years, most of my life actually. It was very helpful. It's been proven to be helpful when taken daily over a period of time, at least 2 or 3 months or more, recommended by every naturopath and acupuncturist I've seen over the years. Elderberry or sambucus has been used for centuries for its use as a cold and flu remedy, loaded with antioxidants which help with inflammation and has been proven over and over again for its antiviral properties and immune boosting effects. These little berries taste delicious. They are bitter, but they do taste delicious when they are prepared properly, specifically with some healthy, high quality, raw local honey, made into a syrup by simmering on low heat for about 45 minutes, making a nice elderberry syrup. Very easy to do and cost effective if you can do it yourself and not have to buy it from the store. I'll give you a little recipe here using 1 cup of filtered water to a 1/4 cup of dried organic elderberries, and you can have the optional addition of a teaspoon of ginger, star anise, cloves, and cinnamon. Any of those or all of them for added flavor and benefits. Put this into a covered stainless steel, glass, or ceramic pot over a lowest heat and simmer for the 45 minutes. You could also use a double boiler method, which would help prevent evaporization of the liquid and burning. But a pot, watched, maybe set a timer, make sure you've got that, at least a cup of water in there with a 1/4 cup of berries. It's probably better to double the recipe if you're worried about too much evaporization. I just say this because I've burned way too many pans in my lifetime, not having enough liquid or walking away, not setting a timer. So after the 45 minutes, uncover, strain into a glass jar, stir in the 1/2 cup of raw local honey, and then seal with a tight lid. Then you could use, anybody over like 100 pounds could use like a tablespoon at a time. Twice a day is a good prevention. You could use, every couple of hours if you're fighting something off. For young children, a teaspoon would be sufficient, and this would be good for 6 months if stored in the refrigerator. Also, it's fantastic syrup addition to add to pancakes, waffles, French toast. It's just really, really yummy. My experience with this herb and berry has helped many with immunity, respiratory infections, prevention, and healing. Olive leaf, or Olea europaea, studies show some potential activity towards the influenza virus. Research suggests that olive leaf extract may reduce the infectivity and inhibit the replication of viruses that cause colds, influenza, and lower respiratory tract infections. Olive leaf extract has been shown to stimulate phagocytosis, which may enhance the body's response to a viral infection. Experience has shown that extract sprayed on sore throat is very effective, as well as taking at least 500 milligrams a day for 4 weeks or more greatly improves immune function. I personally have noticed my immune system being stronger when I've taken this amount for a month or more in the past. Oregano, or Oreganum vulgare extract, has been shown to have antimicrobial, antiviral, and antifungal properties. This medicine is very strong, so use with caution, as oregano extract can burn and even kill some good bacteria if taken in high doses for too long. It definitely is very helpful in warding off viruses and unwanted bacteria. Great as an antifungal for candida, warts, etc. Also used as an excellent antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, anti-diabetic, and contains anti-cancer compounds. Short-term use is recommended and not to be used during pregnancy. My experience is best used as a short-term, 2 to 4 weeks, to boost immunity and ward off disease. My favorite quality brands are Gaia Herbs in liquid capsule, and American Spice Company has a liquid in a smaller bottle that's best used in smaller doses and is very effective. They have information on their website, I'm sure, that would explain how theirs could be taken over longer periods of time because it's a certain kind of process that they make it, and then it doesn't kill off the bad bacteria or the good bacteria. And so it is safer to take in, small doses, but over a long period of time. Andrographis or Andrographis paniculate is well known in India as the king of bitters. Whew, yes, it is very, very bitter. It's one of those nasty tasting herbs. But listen to this. It's another so-called do everything herb with uses ranging from Lyme's disease to arthritis. It protects the liver by reducing damage of toxins in a similar way to milk thistle. It stops pain, preserves joints, soothes digestive symptoms by balancing pH levels and by being an anti-inflammatory. It protects the heart by relaxing blood vessels, preserves cognitive health by its adaptive effects, and especially boosting immune defenses against viruses and bacteria. Andrographis has risen to treat extremely difficult conditions such as HPV and HIV. Research has shown. Clinical studies show this herb reduces cold and flu symptoms. My experience first started from taking this recommended by a naturopathic doctor to fight off HPV. Many, many years ago, I was put on a protocol for 6 months, including Andrographis, enzymes between meals, and a combination actually at the time of different fungi. And after that 6 month period, I came back for testing and HPV was no longer found. I was told to, try this protocol before having to do a more invasive procedure of taking some cells that were starting to show cancer on my cervix. And so I was just like a strong believer of Andrographis after that because I'd taken like enzymes and fungi before, but I had never tried Andrographis. And it was just, I just knew that that was what was like, it's just such a strong antiviral that I knew it was very effective. And I've used it for many years since, with great results with many people for getting rid of virus. And let's see, of course, combining with a healthy organic diet always helps. Other supplements that are helpful in the treatment of viral activity and immune function are as follows. We've got colloidal silver on the list, of course. It should be in a pure metallic form in particles of 15 atoms or fewer, each with a positive electric charge. These electrically charged particles of silver are extremely small, usually ranging from about 1 to 10 nanometers, which is 0.001 to about 0.01 microns in diameter, and are suspended in pharmaceutical grade water. The force of the electric charge is stronger than the force of gravity, so the silver particles remain suspended. That's what makes it colloidal silver. The color tinge of colloidal silver is an optical effect resulting from the quantity of atoms per microcluster. As a rule, the higher the concentration of colloidal silver, the darker the color of the solution, a dark yellow or brownish amber color being the highest quality and concentration. It is non-addicting, The body does not build up tolerance to it, and studies show that properly prepared colloidal silver is not deposited under the skin like other silver compounds. An example of a good choice would be Silver Wings, although I also really like Sovereign Silver brand. Effects are quite promising as positive experience with helping rid infections of the throat and nasal passages. It also may assist with ridding the body from parasites. It's a great antifungal as well. May be used externally for burns and scrapes combined with aloe vera. Mushrooms and fungi, one of my favorite topics. They are fascinating facilitators of wellness. There is much research being done and many published studies on the efficacy and the healing of various ailments. Some of the best choices for the immune system that are fairly to readily accessible are reishi or lingzi, which acts as a biological response modifier on the immune system by stimulating the macrophage production of interleukins, activating the host's production of T cells, and even tumor necrosis factors. This one is definitely antiviral, both from fruiting bodies and the mycelia. Also effective, triterpenoids that are naturally anti-inflammatory, help with asthma, bronchitis, and allergies. One study showed complete relief after just 2 to 4 weeks of taking reishi for allergies. Another is agarikon. Agarikon has been used for centuries for the treatment of lung illnesses like pneumonia and tuberculosis. Described traditionally by Polish peoples as a treatment against coughing illnesses and asthma. Also used for bleeding, infections, and inflammation. Known as the elixir of long life by the Greek physician Dioscorides. These names, the Greek gods are very hard to say sometimes. Dioscorides. Sorry, just have to laugh at myself. Described in the 65 AD Materia Medica. Whew. That is, the Materia Medicas are like the medical Bibles of the times, and this is a very, very ancient one. According to Stamets, Paul Stamets, who is like the mushroom fungi god of all time, in my opinion, agarikon has similar benefits to olive leaf, which we previously discussed. Turkey tail or Traumatis versicolor has antiviral, antibacterial, and anti-tumor properties, as well as being a powerful immune enhancer. It contains PSP, or polysaccharidopeptide, which is an antiviral agent and a classic biological response modifier inducing gamma interferon, interleukin 2, and T cell proliferation. Turkey tail is used to treat a wide variety of cancers. I just want to say that I didn't say in the beginning, I am reading a lot of this and discussing on the side from a blog that I posted about 4 years ago. And this blog post, all the information is still very relevant. I'm sure there's probably much more research that's been done on all of these, supplements that I'm speaking about. But if I am having trouble pronouncing some of these, herbs and fungi by their, medical term names, I apologize. It's just that I am going by what I have typed here, and I wanted to, give you, both names of each food or herb that I'm speaking about. So the last mushroom that I'm going to bring up is shiitake, which is very common. Shiitake mushroom can be found in most grocery stores these days. It is the most studied of the mushroom out of the fungi kingdom, or at least it was the most studied 4 years ago. It could be maybe not the most studied anymore, but it has been in centers of research back since the late 60s. So there's extensive research being done or have been done on this mushroom, and it's a polysaccharide or a lentenon. It's instrumental in activating a host-mediated response. Macrophages respond to it and then stimulate lymphocytes and other immune cell defenses. One or more studies have found that shiitake extract enhances the production of normal white blood cells, leading to phagocytosis. Shiitake's antiviral activity is proven effective against both HIV and herpes viruses. Extensive antibacterial properties protect us from harmful bacteria. Another added benefit is that it significantly inhibits the growth of yeast like Candida albicans when extracted from its fermented mycelium, also known to protect your liver and lower bad cholesterol. Wow. Amazing. This one is readily available to us as well. Check out my delicious recipes that I have on my website that I borrowed from Taro Isocapila's book, Healing Mushrooms. Sorry, Taro, if I'm saying your name incorrectly. Now, there are a few mushroom species that are toxic, even fatal, so beware if you're out foraging this winter. Just know what you're harvesting. I do want to put that disclaimer on this podcast. Mushroom foraging, fungi foraging has gotten very, very popular over the last several years. Just be careful and know what you're doing. Some brands that I recommend are Health Force, one of my favorite all-time brands. My Community, aka Host Defense by Paul Stamets. And Four Signatics is a great one for instant powdered mushrooms on the go. They also make a great, really strong instant mushroom coffee that is smooth, tasty. Vitamin wise, vitamin D or vitamin sunshine is very, very important, especially in the winter months. Most people get deficient unless you're living way down in the south, where you get a lot of sun like every day and you're not using sunscreen, which can be an issue. So, for those of you that use sunscreen all the time, you're probably not getting enough D unless you are taking a supplement. And it might be good to get tested so you know how low you are and how much to take. But I'm not going to go into too much detail about that. Just, make sure that your D levels are high enough. D enhances immune cell activity. Also, I want to mention, of course, vitamin C. Vitamin C is very, very safe. It's not like you need to get tested to see your levels or anything. It's water soluble. It can be taken in high doses when needed. It's good for prevention. It has hundreds of functions in the body. Vitamin C, good quality vitamin C. Make sure that it is a food source and it's non-GMO. And it's a great, great thing to have on hand. It's not too expensive. You want bioflavonoids to be in it. Helps with absorption. Can do a whole talk on vitamin C, but vitamin A, C, and E, those are your antioxidant vitamins, the ACE group, and those are all really good for your immune system. I just want to really emphasize C, because C is the water soluble one out of the A, C, and E. A, D, and E are the fat solubles, so you have to kind of watch, how much you're taking. But C is very, very important for immune function. And then the other C that I want to mention is cannabinoids. Cannabinoids found in cannabis. We all know the plant cannabis, which has so many different cannabinoids that do similar and different functions in the body. Our body has its own endocannabinoid system with receptor sites all over inside of our body that react to the different cannabinoids that cannabis has. And that's why it's such a medicinal plant. But cannabinoids actually help with immune system function as well. They are responsible for examining the foreign objects that come into the body, the antigens that are presented, like bacteria to the immune system so that they can react to it, through like the IgG cells, which help with acute infections, and the immunoglobulin membranes. They stimulate in this way the lymph nodes where primary action takes place, sending out signals into the bloodstream. So they essentially create interleukins or cytokines that are responsible for the body's responses like fever. Bacteria live best at normal body temperature, but fever 101 to 102, which is, not too high of a fever, but comfortably will kill bacteria in the body. And it is actually a very positive response if your body's doing that. It's helping you to get rid of whatever's ailing your, body faster. Um, so yes, your immune system was designed to work against bacteria and parasites. And we want to keep it strong. And so today I've discussed different ways that we can do that on a holistic physical level. There are many other helpers that I have not mentioned here, including the factors of our spiritual, mental, and emotional well-being. We can talk about that in the future on a different podcast. Until then, be well.